On today's episode of the Home Renter, yep, we're in Escalade and we're taking a road trip trying to track down a gauge cluster for Bunny's Project Travesty. You quit. I've went through everything and tested all the wires, and it's just give up. What is that blue thing behind me? Well, I don't know. Ricky, I don't think that's what it is. I don't know. Well, we'll be to the junkyard here in a little bit. I've done stopped to a few of them, and I'm going to one more that I think may have one. If somebody hasn't busted it all to pieces trying to get whatever they're trying to get out of the dashboard. I don't know. I've looked through probably 12 of them, and somebody's busted the cluster, broke the pinning where it plugs into the back. I don't know. It's just, I don't know why people can't just take stuff apart and realize that other people need parts too, you know? What is that thing? That's weird. Ah! Alright, so we made it to the junkyard. I got like 25 minutes to get this cluster out of this peanut shell-ridden thing that's full of stuff. Smells like grandma's sock drawer that got wet with soured milk. But we got a gauge cluster in here. I'll show you what we got. We got a good cluster. It's guaranteed to work. We're going to pop all this good stuff right here off like that. And I got to pull all this out of here. It takes a 7mm. Pull the side cover off, and we're going to get... Well, hi there. I guess I got it figured out. So this one here, I'm just going to say some stupid stuff and take it apart. I'm already sweating really good there. It's just pouring. I got one of them back waterfalls going on down by my crackulator, and it's dirty in here. So I'm going to go in more in depth of taking it apart and putting it back together when I get home, because I can take my time. I only got a few minutes to get out of here, so we're going to pull this thing, and I'll get back to y'all when I get out. So when you guys are out at the junkyard, y'all make sure you help out the other guy out there too. Let me get this off for these guys. I'll be right. But yeah, you never know who you run into out here. You might run across a fan or somebody you might know, and they might need a tool, and he might need a wheel or something. So let him borrow a tool, help him out, and it comes back on you. I am hot. I'm burning the midnight. No, I'm burning up. Yeah. It's hot. It's like 9,800 degrees today. I'm thirsty. I lost my daggum Mountain Dew out there. I wish I was somewhere around Derek, you know, maybe he's got a couple dews in the trunk of that do car he's got, you know. And boy, isn't that a fine little machine there? That is one nice little Regal. Daryl is a really, really nice car. I almost said truck. That'd be a cool truck too if it was like Charlotte, you know. A Mountain Dew. There you go, Derek. Put a Mountain Dew stuff all over Charlotte and let Jessica go do burnouts. Why not? I'd let my bunny do it. I'd like to see Jessica out doing some burnouts too. Get Bentley and the boys out. I mean, just get out there and just feed them all the onions. Just take a whole bag of onions with you and just feed them to everybody. That'd be fun. I'm on my way back to the Home Renter studio, my house. And on the way, I got to stop off and move a couple loaded trailers around for our customer with the big truck. And then hopefully I'm done for tonight, and I can have a few cold snacks and go ahead and put that cluster in Mama Bunny's Travesty, and that way she don't run out of gas again. Yeah, that was Oh, man. And I just put a fuel pump in, and I was like, "Would the fuel pump go out?" She said, "No, I can't even read nothing on my gauges. Like, nothing works. No speedometer, no tack, tic-tac-toe thingy. That wasn't working. And oil pieces was broke, you know, and the temperature thingy wasn't temperatures. And, you know, rip'ems wasn't even ripping. I mean, something's not right. So, get back to the house and pop the old clusterator out of there and put this other one in. And I'm going to go through a step-by-step. Everybody's talking about how you got to tear the whole daggum dash apart. And I found a shortcut. You know, a guy usually uses this little peanut up here in his head and figures out how to do something the easier way than what everybody tries to tell you. And boy, I got an easy one for you. And I'm going to give y'all the answers to everything shortly. And I'm going to make 2 videos with this using the same footage. I'm going to do a short one for people that don't want to see me be stupid and talk about all kind of dumb stuff. But those of you that like listening to me talk about dumb stuff, there's going to be plenty of it in the video. I try to put plenty of dumb stuff in every video. That way I can make you laugh. Or cry. Or throw stuff at your TV because you think you can hit me. You know. That's why I got this fuzz I grew out here, because it kind of has a little bit of cushion, so that way when Mama slaps me like that, it don't hurt so daggum bad no more. She slaps me a lot. She really, don't tell nobody, I don't want nobody getting her in trouble, but she slaps the daggum piss out of me sometimes. I'm going to shut up and get to the house. I'm daggum burning up again. Yeah, look, see, I didn't make it home yet. I seen a roadside sale and seen it's a curio cabinet, like you can mount to the wall with a light and everything, or it sits on like a mantel place, and some cabinets. So I had to stop and get Mama some stuff. So I'm halfway home. Go move these trailers and let's see if we can get this cluster together. Whew, it is hot. Time to go move some trailers around. It's always fun on weekends. Anymore I'm on call. Gotta go out, move parts around. Manufacturer, it's a customer of ours. Builds parts for General Motors, Ford, Toyota, etc. And I go pick up raw materials, metal frames, stuff like that, and bring it back to them, and they build dash panels and stuff like that, and ship it back to the manufacturer. Nobody ever knows how to use this intersection. Really? No turn signal to just now? That's nice. You too? Come on. No turn signal for you either? Okay. That's nice. It is hot out today. Police coming to the house. Some morons want a street race right in front of our house every day, and this kid just went by and lost control of his Mustang coming off the highway and caught my driveway and got loose in my gravel and went down in my ditch. Mama Bunny and the kids were outside, and the kids are absolutely scared to death now. So I gotta go home and deal with that. But we'll be back after I get this done. Well, that didn't go as quick as it was supposed to. 2 trailers turned into 6. But we got them done. And what you know, look at there. I got me some PBRs. Why do I keep calling them PB blasters? I'm going to pour it on something and see if it busts the nuts loose. I'm not going to reply to what I just said. Well, we're back here at Home Renter Studios, my driveway. Same thing. So, fourth thing's third. Got me a PB blaster. A PBR. Oh, look. There's AJ. What do you got on your... Did you just eat a turd?
No.
What do you got on your mouth?
I ate Oreos.
Oh, Oreos. You scared me. I thought you ate a turd. You had poop on your face, I thought. Scared me for a minute there. I thought maybe you lost your brain and you want to wash it down with some PB blaster? No? Well, tell all your fans hi.
Hi.
Want a hug? All right. Love you, buddy. I love that little boy to death. I love them all to death. They are my heart and soul and my pride and joy. And that's why I'm trying to build this channel, you know, so I can give them a better life and also teach them some stuff. I can't even talk. I said tough. Tough love sometimes. But, yeah, I've got my PBR. I keep calling it a PB blaster. Maybe I ought to pour it on something, see if it breaks it loose. Bust a nut. That didn't sound right. Oh, look, it's Christoph. Doing his chores, taking the trash out. Want to tell everybody hi, Christoph? They can't see you from there. They can. AJ just come over here and looked like he ate a turd and told everybody hi.
Hi.
You didn't eat a turd, did you? Okay, you made the turd, didn't you? Did your mom do it? Your mom did it? Dominic? Oh, man, I'm going to tell him you said that. He's going to kick your butt. All right, well, I'm going to fix this. So, before I go any further, you already know what time it is. That sounds so good. Smells so good. Revealed. All right, so we're going to put this thing, which way does it go? Like, no, it's, why is it backwards? Oh, it's a camera. I'm an idiot. Anyway, we're going to put this thing in travesty here, because it's a travesty that everything quit working. So, we're going to make all the tic-tac bar and the speedometer thing work, and I don't have all pieces on it, but it's got water temperature and gasometer and ampere. I don't know how to pronounce that, but let's get it in there. So this video is for those of you that have Chevrolet Traverse 2010 through 14, I believe is the same. We're going to show you how to put this gauge cluster in. Relatively simple, and you don't have to take the whole dash apart like a lot of people have said that you have to. So I'm going to turn the camera this way so you guys can see what I'm breaking, so you don't break it yourself. Okay, so obviously the first thing we're going to do is drop that out your way. The fifth thing you want to do is take this radio bezel off, and you just put your hand behind it, go to the bottom on both sides, and pull towards you, and it'll come right off. You don't need a screwdriver or nothing. And then this bezel up through here, you just pull on it a little bit, and this side comes off with the little devil horn, and this side comes off flush, and that piece goes up over your airbag and over your glove box. Once you get it out, you can just lay it off to the side like that. Now I'm going to replace the AC controls on this because it's got some wore out buttons. It looks like crap. I don't know, somebody with Wolverine claws was turning on the recirculate button and it looks like a tiger pawed it or something. Now look, this thing does not have tiger paw tires, so it wasn't the tiger coming out of my... And I don't go to Exxon, so the tiger wasn't coming out of my tank. Well, anyway, we're going to get the thingamalater off the whatchamacallit. I'll take you just a standard screwdriver or clip tools if you got them, and go in between the dash pad and the cluster bezel and just lightly apply pressure around to where you can get your finger through there. Okay? Then you're going to come down here to the side and get it under there and apply pressure towards you, and it pops right out. Excuse you. And you just take the whole bezel right out of there. Now, 1/4-inch wrench, 3-inch extension, 7mm. I'm going to get you down in here and show you all these bolts. Okay, so you got this one here, this one here, this one up here, this one here. Somebody's been in here because this one over here is missing and this one over here is missing. But you got 2 back here. Now, these hold the cluster to this piece. I pull these 3 out. Then I pull these 2 out, and this piece drops out of my way. Then I come down here, right in here, and there's another on either side. And then that cluster just comes right out of there. You don't have to take the whole dash panel off like everybody else is saying you have to do. This is simple, easy, anybody can do it. As long as you got a 7mm, 1/4-inch drive set, and a flathead screwdriver, you can do this. All right, back to work. I like to just loosen them, 1/4 turn or so, where they spin by hand with the ratchet, just to make sure they're broke loose. There's 7 in total. Then I take the ratchet off the extension and use it like a screwdriver. I don't have a driver to stick down in here and use. So I'm just using the extension and the socket kind of like a screwdriver. Don't drop these bolts down in there like I just did, dag nabbit. Oh man. Thank God for magnetic screwdrivers, I tell you. If it wasn't for magnetic screwdrivers, I would be in trouble because that thing would be rattling around in the dash because I'd say, heck with it, I ain't doing it. You can just ride around and let it sound like a handful of change rattling around in a coffee can. I ain't messing with it. You ever tear one of these dashes apart? They're a mess. There's 2 out. Now, like I said, I pull these on this upper level off first, these 3. There's 1. And 2. And 3. Nope. And 3. Dadgummit, no. And 3. 3? Okay, thank you. See? 3rd time's a charm. Or was it the 4th? I don't know. This is boring, but it's got to be done. Mama Bunny said if I don't do this, she is not making supper tonight. And that means that I won't eat. And if I don't eat, that means I have to live off of PBRs. And I won't be able to refuel with anything but that, which is fine with me. You know, I'm not going to turn down a good PB Blaster. PBR! Quit saying PB Blaster, you moron! Okay. So all of those are out. See if you can see a little better now. So you're going to take the bottom, pull it towards you. There's a little rubber cushion thing right here, which is actually supposed to be down here like that. I don't even know why it was back there. You lift it up, you rock it towards you, you pull it out like so, you flip it over, and there's a connector. There's a little tab on the top. You push the connector, and you pull, and there it is. Piece of junk. And the other one, you just put it in as reverse. You plug in the connector first, Plug in your connector. Put the top in first. Actually, rock the left side in first, very gently, then put the right side in. You gotta do it just right. There you go. And there it is. And the odometer popped up, so I don't have no ignition sticks, so I gotta go in here and get them real quick. But we're gonna see what's going on. All right, so we got a little problem. Everything works. If everything works for you, you can put it back together in reverse. But I got my digital meter out here, and I got to do some research, and I've lost connection to my fuel pump gauge, fuel pressure, fuel level thing. You know what I'm saying. So I got to go out here and make sure I'm still getting, I got to ohm it out and make sure I'm getting a reading to my ECM. People that had this car before, they had this dash apart, and they fiddled with all kinds of stuff. I don't know what they were doing. I think they were trying to fly it to the moon, and things are not lined up right. Things aren't put back together right, and I think they messed up some wiring somewhere, and I think that's what shorted out this gauge cluster. So I'm going to see if I can find a short and repair the wire. So I may have found a short. I don't know yet. So I got some wires ran, and wife also told me that, well, she only put X amount of gallons in there, and I looked at the history of the miles she's driven, and, well, it kind of matches the fuel mileage. So I'm saying that quite possibly it could be out of gas. So I'm riding up here, gonna throw a couple gallons of gas in here, see if the needle moves. If not, then, you know, I guess my next step is, because I'm getting continuity and I'm getting an ohm reading up to the wire harness, and I ran wires from the wire harness in here to the harness that goes on the cluster, and I'm getting it to the cluster now. And I don't know, maybe I've got a cluster from the junkyard that had a bad fuel gauge. I'm not going to keep putting clusters in here. I'll go on Scavenging, Amazon, and just order me a aftermarket digital fuel gauge that works and operates in the ohm range of this fuel gauge, and put me a pod over here on the A-pillar and be done with it. It don't bother me as long as I can tell how much gas is in it. That's all I care. I don't need the fuel computer and all that stuff. I can do that right here in my head. And so can Mama Bunny, because she's a smart woman. Well, gonna pull in here to the gasolino station and put a couple gallons in here and see what we get. Yeah. So we're back at the house, and seems to be working to the harness. My resistance changed when I put fuel in it. It went up. So that tells me that the float is working in the tank. So obviously the cluster that I got, fuel gauges, crap. So I'm not going to keep playing these games of musical clusters. So I'm just going to order a fuel gauge off of Amazon and put it in. Guess I can make a video about it, show y'all what to do. But those of you trying to put a cluster in one of these Traverses, Buick Enclave, GMC Acadia, same thing. Really simple. Go through the steps I showed you. 5 minutes, you're done. Well, that's going to be it for this episode of The Home Rancher. I appreciate it. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you liking and subscribing. Hit that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Leave me a comment. You might win a $150 O'Reilly gift card on July 4th. You never know. You might be able to get those floor mats that you wanted for your Geo Metro or your Yugo or your Kia Rio or your Lamborghini. I don't know what you drive, you know. Garbage truck. It could be a scooter, and you're just going to trim and put like skateboard tape on the floor. So I don't know. I don't know what you got. Maybe it's Power Wheels. Maybe it's the Barbie Jeep. I really don't know what you got. So, but feel free to clack it down in the comments and tell me what y'all got and what y'all like to see on the channel. I'm gonna go get me another PB blaster, PBR, and pick my mess up in travesty and relax, kick my feet up. Y'all have a good day, good night, and God bless.